We've got a very special guest on the line, Chris Whalen. How you doing today this morning?
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good, good.
What's going on, man? How you doing? What are you looking at these days?
What am I looking at? I'm looking at financials. We're updating our group before earnings. We're repricing our precious metals group over the weekend, and we're doing construction on our house. So it's just
There you go.
a whole joyful experience.
Yeah. Volatility is high.
I mean,
Volatility
that is the
Yeah,
full
we're-
circle experience. Actually, doing trading financials and then doing something on the house. You're getting financing from the bank, and everybody always talks about how banks make money. So that's fascinating.
Well, actually, I paid for the house with the profits on gold and silver last year.
There you go.
Yeah. And you know what? Everything went up last year. I think we're going to think about 2025 for a long time because, even my banks were galloping along at double digits, which is not normal for a bank. So there you are.
It's true. Yeah, it was a crazy year. So is that your particular lean? Is financials, and if so, how do you play them? Is it mostly stocks? Is it options, or what's the deal?
I mostly just trade stocks. I'm kind of an old-fashioned guy. I get my exposure to metals through ETFs, although I do own some single names in the mining space. I do non-bank financials as well. So we watch really the entire finance group, if you think about it. And then we obviously have to watch the bond market and the Fed. I'm a credit guy. I got pulled into mortgages because I followed banks. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Speaking of, with the news today of this ADP, and you got bonds to the downside. I mean, what do you think about this move with bonds? And again, we've been in a bear bond market for like 71 straight months, the longest ever. I mean, it makes it kind of hard to trade in general. I mean, what do you think about that?
Well, spreads have been extremely tight because there's an enormous competition out there for assets. I can't even believe some of the large players I see in some of these markets in residential assets, for example. The bloom is off the rose in non-agency private loans. You're starting to see a little bit of panic there. And I think also you're going to see a lot more bad news coming out of private credit. It's a slow motion train wreck is the way I like to describe it. So what I would tell you with bonds is the market tightened all by itself, even before the Fed, right? We've had tightening now for a couple of months, but for the previous 6 quarters, yields have been falling. And default rates that are reported by financial institutions have been falling for 6 quarters. So what do we make of this? We got strong jobs, but on the other hand, like you said, we have this ADP number. So it's difficult to parse exactly what is really going on here.
Yeah, I think when you're looking at these things and you're looking at the futures, between the bonds and the notes, still seeing depression from the highs over the last couple of months here.
That's right.
But I think when
you almost have to.
Yeah.
Right? After last year, I mean, Morgan was almost 3 times book, which is not unusual. It's the monopoly player in that space. But you had other stocks that were up crazy. When they sold off last summer, I bought Amex and Schwab and rode them up.
So you're basically kind of looking at this this current huge rally we've seen in NASDAQ and tech names as like an opportunity to go into these areas of financials, or is that just always your thesis?
No, I got out of my AI stocks. I had some AMD. I had some other names that I had just held for a long time. And then next thing I know, they go up 10x. We just did an interview with my old business partner, Fred Ramberg, talking about Micron. I mean, my God, I have friends who've been into that stock for a decade, and it didn't move. And all of a sudden, it's up 10x. So I told my readers, I said, this is a time to take the money off the table. This was clearly a bubble. Even if you believe that earnings for many of these tech stocks are going to be much higher as a result of the build out of AI. I accept that thesis, right? But the question is, do you buy the guys selling picks and shovels, or do you buy the people, who are doing AI? That's the real issue, I think.
For sure. Now, I have a question for you. Maybe you've heard this from your friends. Have any of your friends that have profited in a big way in Micron said that they're going to buy a boat and name it something like powered by Micron, powered by the Micron shit?
No.
Like, that's my theory is I'm going to see some kind of yacht out there with some Micron name and be like, that person
that's
invested in Micron.
Yeah.
Well, look, I bought some Schwab the other day because it's underpriced. It's a low-risk franchise. It's growing double digits if you like the financial markets.
Wait, why do you say
I've been
underpriced?
because it's 3.5 times book. And for a business, it takes no principal risk, and it's growing double digits. They've gotten the bank under control. Remember during COVID, we were talking about them like Silicon Valley Bank? That was never really a problem, but it's still
Not for them, yeah.
reputational. They got kicked, and they should have gotten kicked. They still have a horrible approach to managing their bond portfolio, which is 40% of total assets. They're like Bank America. They're brain dead. If they would restructure their book, they'd pick up 50 to 75 basis points. So, you can't force people to do the right thing, can we?
I know you can keep saying all these things about them. It is totally fine on this network. No.
Well, I'll give you another example. We
Yeah.
just published a really cool interview with the senior capital markets guy from Guild Mortgage, David Batney. And what he points out is that the data in consumer credit is the problem. If we had good data, we would only need one model. But that's why you have to buy data from 3 different providers. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, it's an interesting time for sure with regard to that. But yeah, I'm kind of with you. I've been trying to find ways to get long some of the financials. I feel like at some point there might be a little bit of a rotation into
High
that
quality.
space.
That's
Yeah.
what I would tell you. I've been going into Annaly every time I can.
Well, look, I know you're a stock guy, man, but you should consider selling puts in some of these names from time to time. It's a really great way to get in along. I'm telling you.
I agree with you. I love options. It's just a question of time for me.
It's fair.
Well, you are, doing construction on the house.
Yeah, yeah, for
There you
sure.
go.
Yeah, I can hear them now. You hear my doggies.
I love it. Well, Chris, appreciate your time. Yeah, lots of interesting stuff going around the financial space, bonds and notes, telling us a story that maybe these chip names are not telling us. But thanks for your time.